Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Let's be very clear. Strong men, men who are truly role models, don't need to put down women to make themselves feel powerful.
Michelle Obama is overreacting and making a big deal out of nothing. I was just joking with her, just a harmless comment with no bad intent, but she took it and framed it as racism and a personal attack, which is not how I meant it at all. I'll admit, saying that inside the White House wasn't very respectful.
And I'm not saying that this UFC fighter is broke. I'm sure he's doing very well financially. I don't know if he has Michelle and Barack Obama money. You understand that? Because I know you thought you were being funny with that dusty, crusty, been sitting in the attic since 2008 joke. But what happens if Michelle Obama wants to be hilarious? What happens if she decides that the punchline to the joke is your legal fees?
Just let this sink in. Michelle Obama never took office. She was never voted. She was never elected. Nothing like that. She was just the wife to the president. It's been nearly a decade since Obama was in office, and to today you still have people out here saying Michelle Obama is a man. Oh my gosh, she's manly. Oh my gosh, she must be trans. You could tell they're living rent-free in these people's head. Rent-free. They can't be. It's burning their soul that black people are able to get to that level. It burns their soul. That's all. And it just shows you how intellectually dense these people are. That's it. They're just sad individuals. Just sad.
I will never understand the obsession that some of these people have with the Obamas. Baby, it is going on almost 10 years since they have left the White House. And that UFC fighter on the White House lawn, where our former First Lady used to reside, at a so-called 250 freedom celebration, yells out, "She's a man." The disrespect that these people have towards the Obamas is sickening. It's disgusting. And you think this administration is going to denounce that that man should not have said that? Do you think that they are going to apologize to the Obamas? No, they're not. Because this is a part of their agenda to spread hate. I blame every single person who organized this. They knew what they were doing. As in that Dana White man, Trump, and whomever else organized this. I'm sure they handpicked those men to be a part of that event. And you use your platform to say something like that. This country is a total embarrassment right now. It's a total embarrassment. And how can we move forward as a country under this administration when all they do is push hate? It's disgusting.
This time the internet is buzzing as usual, and it's buzzing for the very wrong reasons. Michelle Obama, the Obama family is on the news again. Haven't left the White House. These issues and speculation that Michelle Obama is a man is stirring up a whole lot of questions. In an event that was organized, that was designed to be a celebration, the Obamas were dragged into it. And it looked like a total setup. Why would this happen? After he has said what he has said, he is now coming out to apologize. This UFC fighter apologizing to the family that he didn't mean it in that context. So in what context does he mean it? And so these are intriguing, and the black folks are saying, no, this is racial profiling. This is the same thing they have been saying over and over again. How low can the Donald Trump administration go in rubbishing people? And so we are looking at the reactions that is going on the internet space as regards to these insinuations and statements that were made. Credit to the original content creators and their videos. We're going to look at more videos and we'll come back to give our final opinion and analysis. If you are just coming across my YouTube channel, please kindly hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, so that when we bring up new and exciting updates, you'll be the first to be notified. So let's go in right, guys.
On the South Lawn, in front of the president. That is what he chose to say. Oh, And Josh Hokit is half Mexican, by the way, because some people of color have been sold a lie that if you perform hatred towards black people loud enough, white supremacy will let them in. It won't. It never has. They just use those folks. They are a prop. You are useful until you aren't. But surprised about what went down? Yeah, nah, I'm not surprised at all. Their leader set the blueprint years ago. Name calling, degrading black people publicly, attacking women. On top of that, Josh Hokit didn't create this culture. He just followed it. And calling black women men, that's not new either. This country has a long history of stripping black women of our femininity and of our humanity on the auction block, in the courts, in the headlines. It is a pattern. This is not a moment. But let's talk about who they chose to come for. Michelle Obama. Princeton undergraduate degree, Harvard Law, former hospital executive, New York Times bestselling author multiple times, the most admired woman in the world, multiple years in a row. Campaigned across this country and moved millions. Spoke at 4 Democratic national conventions. Married to a 2-term president of the United States. A woman so powerful, so poised, so undeniable that a man at the highest moment of his raggedy career could not stop thinking about her. They never seem to be able to. And they know it. That's exactly why they do it. Because here is what this moment continues to expose. Again, he's at the White House. The president is in the front row. He just won the match. And the thing that comes out of his mouth is about a black woman who wasn't there, said nothing to him, and has never been in his orbit. That is not confidence. That is obsession. We live in their heads rent-free, penthouse suite. They think about us, mock us, copy us, fear us, legislate against us, and still can't quit us. A bully cannot feel strong without somebody to bully. Remove blackness from the equation. What is that culture even for? And calling black women, particularly dark-skinned black women, men specifically, has its roots. They have spent centuries trying to defeminize us while coveting our bodies, our curves, our features. Enslaved African women were raped by the very ancestors of the men who now call us masculine. They built beauty standards off of us and then told us we weren't beautiful. That's not an insult. That's a confession. Their obsession with us is a confession, and it would be sad if it weren't so exhausting. Because here's the truth. Michelle Obama woke up this morning completely unbothered. She doesn't know his name. She doesn't need to. We are on their minds. They have never been on ours.
Where Melania at? Where's our current first lady at, y'all? Where's she at? She out there trying to be her best. This is the be best moment. I want her to. Where's she at? Right? Since we talking about first ladies, since we talking about the first lady of 10 years ago, where's the current first lady at? And where's her voice on this? I think she's missing her moment, right? Right? You would think that she would rise to the occasion and speak up for first ladies doing this, but where's she at? Where's her voice? It appears she agreed with what dude said, right? That's what it appeared. Otherwise, she would say something, right? I mean, with all due respect, I know the lady don't speak very good English, right? But she could have one of her staffers write out something, right? Right? But she ain't said nothing. She haven't said anything. What is she afraid of? What is she afraid of? This is a great opportunity for her to rise to the occasion. And she's not doing that. Why is she so silent? You would think that the first ladies would be protective of first ladies, right? And this is a woman. You would think, I mean, this is a great opportunity for her to be best. And she's not. Why? She afraid they would attack her too? She afraid they would dig in her interesting past? Because it is interesting. That's the truth. Right? Just asking questions.
For me, it's the Caucasianized caucasity of it all. For somebody like Josh Hokit to look the way that he looks, first of all, but to know that there are a plethora of other first ladies that darn sure look like men that he never affixed his doggone lips to speak downwardly on, but yet would stand there and make such an absurd statement about Michelle Obama as he giggled nervously afterwards. It's amazing, y'all, what these idiots for Trump will do. Y'all, he's the fact that I love that people wonder like why she's never sued for slander, but I think it speaks directly and aligns more with her character, who she's proven to be, that she doesn't have time to waste on those type things. But he's out here fighting and getting beat down and kicked around for views and entertainment purposes for somebody like Trump, who was sitting over there doggone going to sleep during half the doggone thing. Trump is back in office because a lot of you stupidly believe that what President Obama did and has set in place in his term, and that Trump came along and took credit for, that y'all still to this day, a lot of y'all still believe in credit, try to attempt to credit Trump for, which he didn't do. Michelle Obama and President Obama was the best president and first lady in our history. And I would even wager to say probably the first that never had a freaking scandal their entire 8 years in office. And he got the nerve to want to sit up there and try to talk down on the doggone educated, phenomenal, very attractive and banging body first lady. Whatever first lady y'all ever seen that had a banging body like Michelle Obama? Not one. Not a one. So again, though, it does disgust me, though, that again that they take these type of moments to try to tear down, you know, a black woman, and again to try to anger her about something that clearly has been proven wrong time and time again, but not that it even should have even been a point to have to be proven. Again, more stuff that y'all want to put black people through that y'all ain't never asked not a damn white person to do.
So welcome back, guys. We just watched a couple of these videos, and man, this is so bad. You know, the question that is being asked is, why couldn't the first lady, the current first lady of the United States, come out to correct that impression? Why has Donald Trump been silent over these public show of shame and mockery towards the Obama family? You know, and it's supposed to be on an memorable case. The silence seems to tell it all. And so the black folks are saying, where is the morality? Where is the civility involved in this matter? Where is the basis of comparison between this UFC fighter and Michelle Obama? The gap is so wide. And so the black folks are condemning it in totality. And I personally do. I expected that the press media or the press secretary to the White House should disassociate themselves from such rhetorics. But that seems not to happen, which implies that silence also means consent. And so when you are silent over such narrative, it means you approve of it. But that is just my opinion. Credit to the original video content creators. If you are coming across my YouTube channel, please hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, so that when we bring up contents like this, you'll be the first to be notified. And please let the conversation begin in the comment section. I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are, and you would do so much more if you could share this with someone who loves. See you on the next video.